Well, hopefully we will count our votes slower than everybody else does, in keeping with our historic traditions. And that's mostly Marin and Sonoma.
From Chicago.
Indeed. We learned from Chicago. Vote early enough.
This is Tim Radulovich, yeah.
Tom Radulovich.
Tom Radulovich.
Hello.
Tommy Boy.
They're both boys' names. What the hell?
Yeah, they are. Yes, they're awfully close.
Check back with us or hang out. You want to interview somebody? We're going to go for hours.
I can do it more and more.
Hey, Sue, come here. Interview Sue Vaughan. Tom Radulovich interviewing Sue Vaughan.
Okay, good. I want this to happen because I made of these handfuls to go door hang at the end of the day. And who is producing this? Look at this. Join San Franciscans, firefighters, and Gavin Newsom. So they're going out very innocently, very naively, campaigning on behalf of the firefighters and Gavin Newsom for all of these measures here. That is not civics education. That is not. I went in.
That's exploitation.
That's exploitation. Thank you. I went in. I had a talk with a teacher. I think I'm gonna. I'm mad. I'm not happy. Our school happens to be a polling place, so this should not even have been happening in our school. Civics education should be happening. So
who was handing these out?
It was a teacher, and at the moment she has the. I'll protect her anonymity.
All right.
Because this needs to be dealt with in a different way. But this is not civics education. Because our school is a polling place, I was able to go get a voter guide and get the voter guide and go into the cafeteria and sit down with some students and say, and open it up and look at some of these issues like Proposition E, which is reform of the appointments process to the Public Utilities Commission. And I could show them how people have different points of view. Some people say one thing and some people say another reason. And we analyze the reasons that I'm not happy. I am not happy that this was happening in my school today.
It's an ethics violation.
Yes, it is.
Take it up with the ethics commission, hopefully, right?
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't have to get to the ethics commission. No, maybe it does have to get to the ethics commission. I think maybe it does have to get to the ethics commission because if this is happening, our students are being exploited on behalf of a campaign. Now, this is different. I do want to add that in 2003, when McIntyre was running for mayor, I went to the campaign headquarters, and I was working on mass campaigning. I worked very hard on that campaign. I went to the headquarters, and I saw a lot of my students at that headquarters. It's one thing to have the students be there voluntarily on their own. It's quite a different thing to have them walking out of the school with handfuls of door hangers that they've been instructed to go out and put on people's doors.
By a teacher.
Presumably by a teacher.
Now, how is Prop E doing?
Prop E is 52 to 48 wins.
It is winning.
52 to 48.
Yes, despite election day hijinks.
According to 16% of the electorate.
Well, 16%. You know, the good news is I think that's up from the absentee ballot votes, which I have here.
Say it again.
Sorry. So this 52% is higher than it was with the absentees, so it's headed the right direction on election day. So we have high hopes for Prop E passing.
Yeah, Prop F is fucked. 65% no.
Shows you what you can still buy elections in San Francisco.
I think labor messed up, quite frankly. I think labor messed up big time. The environmental community remained opposed to Proposition G on environmental grounds, not the least of which is that you have a multi-lane highway being built over a wetlands restoration area. Now, where do the environmental concerns come in with labor and their deal with Lennar? They did not.
You know, I look at this though. I look at Prop G passing, and you know, Lennar's on the ropes, right? I mean, they are a victim of something you know a lot about, which is peak oil, right? This $4 a gallon oil has, you know, they're a suburban developer. They're building tract homes in Florida, is their main business, and they are suffering. So Lennar's on the ropes. Apparently, one of the Persian Gulf Emirates gave them a cash infusion recently, and the rest of them. So, you know, I look at Prop G and say, all right, well, you can buy the local election, but then, you know, $4 a gallon gas, $5 a gallon gas, $6 a gallon gas. So these developments like this, these 2 million square feet of office with no transit, 600,000 square feet of big box retail, 14 acres, size of the Trans-American Pyramid. Like, development like this has got no future. And so, you know, the sad thing for the Bayview is they keep being sold this auto-oriented crap, frankly. You know, Home Depot, Prop D, now Prop G. We own a sustainable future, don't you think?
Right, but there's a problem.
Yeah.
In that there was supposed to be rental housing included in the Lennar development in Bayview Hunters Point, and 2 years ago, 2006, Lennar went around and slapped things on people's doors and said, we're not going to do the rental housing, we're only going to do for sale.
Okay.
So they're getting rid of this. They know that they've got a problem, and it's not going to be their problem because they're selling homes. They're selling these condominiums that are out there in Bayview Hunters without good public transportation to get people into where their jobs are.
All right, see, Mark, you trying to get my attention?
Yeah, I just want to say, doesn't that mean that the Bayview development is just going to be auctioned off in bankruptcy court for Lennar to someone for even cheaper? I mean,
Could be. So we sell it to Lennar for $1, and then they don't deliver on their promises, and it gets sold off in the fire sale.
right.
Yeah.
All right, so Leno, Migden, and Nation.
Enlightened planning here. Leno Migden Nation, we've got update.
Nation is leading in Marin, 45%.
Nature band is
It's a 32% Leno,
Did you make an
22%
announcement of
Migden.
your...
How much?
And then, sorry, Nation is at in Marin, Nation's at 45, Leno's
Oh,
at
that's
32,
Marin, hey.
Migden's at 22, and in San Francisco, Leno's at 53, Migden's at 33, and Nation's at 12.
Oh, that's better.
Do you want to get in?
But overall, it's 36 to 35 to 26. Migden on the very bottom.
Are you ready to go?
I'm a politician, I can talk forever, but I can go do other stuff too.
What I wanted to say is sometimes H is bad about saying who you are and your title.
Oh.
Did you say this?
H did say at the beginning, but I can say again, I'm Tom Radulovich, art director here in San Francisco.
Tim Radulovich.
Tim Radulovich,
Oh.
according to H, yes.
Tim, did he call you that?
Reddit.
Yeah, he did. But, you know, it's close enough, right? Yeah.
Sometimes he doesn't. He just starts.
It's good somebody's around who knows how nice it is.
Occasionally we like to say that we're at El Rio in San Francisco, broadcasting from election night on June 3rd.
Live.
Also,
Local election results.
Mellon's at 46%, Gerardo's at 39%, and Mallon's at 14%. So that's going to be runoff, probably.
You think so? Although, maybe. So I'm sorry, what were those again?
46 for Thomas Mellon, 39 for Gerardo.
Okay.
So,
Well, you know, I'm looking at absentee results here, so it's headed in the right direction for Gerardo, but he has a lot of ground to make up. So we'll see what happens. So if nobody gets 50%, though, there's a runoff?
It's
Is
a
that how that
runoff,
works?
right.
Ah, so the top two vote get it.
right.
Okay.
So hopefully some of Mallon's stuff goes to Sandoval.
Yeah,
Isn't that exciting?
indeed.
And Tom Radulovich is ahead in the polls, 70%.
Yes.
Amiano's doing very well.
I'm running in November so far unopposed.
Really? Are you again? You're up
Yes.
for election again?
Yes, been on the board. Yes, it'll be 12 years in December.
Is there term limits for that?
Clearly not. Yeah,
Really?
there should be.
So it's you and the Fang guy forever.
Yeah, James Fang, my colleague, is the most senior art director. He's been there since 1990, so it'll be 18 years. And I've been there 12 years.
And he's San Francisco's only Republican elected.
He is San Francisco's only Republican elected official, other than the Republican Central Committee and so on.
Oh, right. And Thomas Mellon.
Thomas Mellon is a judge. I think there's a few Republican elected judges.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I wonder if our friend Judge Bush is a Republican or Democrat.
I have no idea. I'm not really familiar with the judges.
Okay.
I'm really not.
Have another drink.
Judge Bush is the one responsible for the bike plan injunction.
Do you guys care about?
Bike plan injunction.
Do you guys care about DCCC or no?
Sure, we care
Yes,
about
I
all
care.
local things, and I'm sure the world wants to know about DCCC. What's going on?
Holland's in, Peskin's in, Joe Julian, Spangian, Chris Daly, Deborah Walker, Scott Wiener. Leslie Katz has the most number of votes, followed by David Chu and David Campos. Actually, David Campos has the most.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
What about
5.6%.
Michael Goldstein?
Michael Goldstein made it, yeah, so far.
All right.
This is 17% in. So,
Okay.
no.
Raphael
what about-
Mandelman, is he in it?
Raphael Mandelman's in. Sorry,
All
I
right.
didn't mention that.
That's a pretty good mix.
Okay.
5,600 votes.
So what about the other?
The West Side?
Yeah, the West. Because I live in the West Side.
The West Side is Melanie Nutter, Connie O'Connor, Levitan Smith, Eric Mars in, Jane Morrison's in.
What about Jake?
Michael Borenstein's in. Jake is not in. Jake is not in yet.
Okay.
Sign her
You
off
know
and
what?
interview
We've
Tom.
got actual celebrity
What do you mean she's a
as
celebrity?
opposed to us. We've got H and Tom.